Imagine a city built not outwards, but upwards, Kowloon Walled City. Rising from the ground like a concrete forest, it was a place where space was so precious, every inch was claimed and repurposed. Buildings leaned on each other, forming a dense vertical labyrinth. The walls pressed so close that neighbors could reach out and touch hands from their windows. Sunlight barely reached the ground. The streets below were shadowy canyons, shrouded in perpetual twilight. Day and night seemed to blur together in these narrow corridors. Water dripped constantly from pipes and air conditioners, creating a gentle, artificial rain that echoed through the alleys, a constant reminder of the city's improvisational plumbing. The air was thick with the mingled aromas of food, noodles, dumplings, sizzling meats, blending with the scent of damp concrete and the ever-present hum of workshops and daily life. Sounds, mahjong tiles clacking, animated chatter, the whir of drills and saws, blended into a unique urban symphony, a soundtrack to the city's relentless energy. For residents, this was simply home. For outsiders, it was another world, a place that defied expectations and challenged the senses at every turn. Urban planning was replaced by raw, organic growth, each new room a testament to human need and ingenuity, built wherever space could be found, no matter how precarious. The city became a living organism of concrete, wire, and steel, its infrastructure evolving in real time, adapting to the needs of its inhabitants. Its outer walls were monolithic, almost fortress-like, but inside was a maze of passages and homes, each with its own story and secrets. Tens of thousands lived packed into a single city block, creating a world of stark contrasts. Privacy and community, chaos and order, all side by side. As buildings climbed higher, they stole light from below, dividing the city into a bright rooftop world where children played and a dark, mysterious base where shadows ruled. Kowloon Walled City thrived in the shadows, a hidden ecosystem within Hong Kong where life adapted to the absence of space and sunlight. To understand it is to witness the extremes of urban living, a testament to human resilience, creativity, and the will to survive against all odds. The story of Kowloon Walled City's incredible density begins not with architecture, but with a tangled web of history and politics. Its roots stretch back centuries, shaped by forces far beyond the city's walls. Originally, this area was a Chinese military fort, a strategic outpost on the edge of the Pearl River Delta. But after Britain took control of Hong Kong, the fort became a legal no-man's land, caught between two empires. Neither the British nor the Chinese government wanted to claim responsibility, so laws and building codes simply didn't apply here. It was a loophole in plain sight. After World War II, waves of refugees from mainland China poured into Hong Kong, desperate for shelter and safety. Many found their only option was to build makeshift homes in this unregulated zone, wherever they could find space. With no official oversight or city planning, the settlement grew organically, upwards, not outwards. Every available inch was used and the city became a vertical labyrinth. Residents added new rooms and extra floors as their families grew, creating a dense, interlocking structure that seemed to defy logic and gravity. Buildings were packed so tightly together that you could literally reach out and shake hands with your neighbor across the alley, blurring the lines between private and public space. The lack of regulation attracted not only those seeking refuge from the hardship, but also people operating outside the law, drawn by the promise of anonymity and opportunity. Unlicensed doctors and dentists set up shop in cramped rooms, offering affordable care to those who had nowhere else to turn, while small businesses and street vendors thrived, operating tax-free and outside government control. The city's legendary density was born from necessity, fueled by a unique legal loophole and the relentless drive of its residents to survive and adapt. For decades, Kowloon Walled City grew ever taller and denser, a world unto itself, largely ignored by the authorities and the world outside its walls. Kowloon Walled City was a marvel of improvisation. No architects, just necessity. Every inch was shaped by the urgent needs of its residents, who built and rebuilt with whatever materials they could find. Over time, the city block became a single fused megastructure, with roofs serving as foundations for new homes. Rooftops were not just the end of a building, but the beginning of another stacked layer of life. Balconies became living rooms, kitchens, and even bedrooms. Gaps between buildings were bridged with planks and metal sheets to create extra space, turning every possible surface into a place to live or work. Inside, a labyrinth of narrow, shadowy passages replaced streets. These corridors twisted and turned, often leading to dead ends or hidden courtyards. Pipes and wires snaked overhead, dripping water and blocking light. The constant hum of electricity and the sound of dripping water became part of daily life. Navigating the city required intimate knowledge. For outsiders, it was a maze. Only those who lived there could find their way with ease, guiding visitors through the confusion. With no room to expand outward, the city climbed skyward. Without elevators, residents carried groceries, water, and even furniture up steep flights of stairs. Stairs wound through the heart of buildings, connecting a three-dimensional network of pathways. Each staircase was a lifeline, linking families and neighbors across floors. The construction was precarious. Fire and collapse were constant threats. Walls crumbled, and the risk of disaster was always present. Yet residents developed their own safety systems and escape routes. They practiced drills and built makeshift ladders, always preparing for emergencies. Neighbors relied on each other, fostering a unique social fabric. In such close quarters, cooperation and trust were essential for survival. The architecture, born of necessity, created a resilient, tightly knit community. People worked together to repair, improve, and protect their shared home. The city's structure was as complex and alive as the people within it, a living organism constantly adapting and evolving to meet the needs of its inhabitants. Above the darkness, the rooftops formed a sprawling, open world. This was the city's communal backyard, its playground and breathing space. Residents climbed up to sunlight, escaping the gloom below. Rooftops buzzed with life. Children played, families gathered, and gardens flourished in pots. Laundry flapped in the wind, pigeons circled, and workshops spilled into the open air. The rooftops were vital for drying clothes, socializing, and even industry. Ladders and planks connected buildings, creating a high-altitude transit system. For many, it was faster to cross rooftops than navigate the corridors below. The rooftop world was a testament to the residents' ingenuity and adaptability. Here, under the open sky, the city's spirit thrived. Life in the walled city was a lesson in adaptation. Sunlight was rare, most homes relied on fluorescent lights day and night, apartments were tiny, families squeezed into a few hundred square feet. Every inch was used creatively: fold-down tables, storage beds, and compact kitchens. Privacy was scarce, family and neighborly life intertwined. Residents brought life into the corridors, turning them into social spaces. Dampness and mold were daily battles, but community bonds were strong. Neighbors helped each other, forming a social safety net. The city was self-sufficient. Grocery stores, clinics, and factories operated within its walls. Unlicensed dentists and small businesses thrived, serving both residents and outsiders. Many rarely left the city. It was a complete ecosystem. Despite hardships, a powerful sense of belonging flourished. The walled city adapted perfectly to its extraordinary conditions. To understand the walled city, look at its people. A boy's playground was the maze of alleys and rooftops. He navigated the city's secret paths with ease. A dentist, unlicensed in Hong Kong, ran a busy clinic serving those who couldn't afford care elsewhere. Patients followed hand-painted signs through dark corridors to his door. A mother raised her family in a tiny apartment, sharing childcare and resources with neighbors. The community was her extended family, making life joyful despite the challenges. Even the postman had to master the labyrinth, earning extra pay for the hardship. Delivering mail meant climbing endless stairs and braving dripping corridors. These stories reveal the city's true heart. A place defined by resilience and connection. The walled city was more than architecture, it was a deeply human world. Comparing Kowloon Walled City to modern cities is like comparing a coral reef to a manicured garden. Modern cities are planned, grids, parks, zoning, and sunlight by design. Buildings follow strict codes, infrastructure is invisible and orderly. Kowloon was the opposite. No grid, no plan, just urgent, organic growth. Narrow alleys replaced avenues, rooftops became parks, homes, factories, and clinics stacked atop each other. Life, work, and commerce intertwined. Life in modern cities is structured and individualistic. In Kowloon, it was communal and social. Shared spaces, corridors, stairwells, rooftops were extensions of home. Survival depended on cooperation and mutual reliance. Infrastructure was visible and chaotic. Pipes and wires everywhere. Residents managed their own utilities, tapping into main lines as needed. It was a raw, unfiltered urban experience, far from the sanitized efficiency of modern life. Kowloon Walled City was a world apart. By the 1980s, Kowloon Walled City was seen as a blight by both British and Chinese authorities. Its reputation for crime and poor conditions forced action. After the Sino-British Joint Declaration, both governments agreed to demolish it. Convincing 33,000 residents to leave was emotional and complex. Many saw it as their only home, bound by strong community ties. Officials went door to door, offering compensation and new public housing. Some resisted, protesting the loss of their community. The final eviction in 1992 marked the end of an era. Demolition began in 1993, revealing the city's hidden world to daylight for the first time in decades. By 1994, the densest place on Earth was reduced to rubble, its space open to the sky. Today, a peaceful park stands where the walled city once loomed. Kowloon Walled City Park honors its past, with paths and relics echoing the old maze. The city's memory lives on in global pop culture, inspiring films, games, and art with its cyberpunk aesthetic. For former residents, nostalgia lingers for the lost community and unique spirit. Reunions are held to share stories and remember a world that was home, not a slum. The walled city's legacy is twofold, a mythic symbol of urban dystopia and a testament to human resilience. Its echoes remain in parks, films, and memories. The city of darkness is gone, but its lessons endure. Kowloon reminds us, a city is its people, even in the most unlikely places.